Good morning, Idaho. Oh. He's moving.
Turn left on US 95, then take the first right. Turn right on US 95.
Let's roll out.
On US 95.
We're at the rest area south of Coeur d'Alene and north of Moscow for sure. I don't know exactly where. We're in a rest area. We'll see what town comes up first. I had no cell service at this rest area either way. So no catching up with comments last night. I was disappointed. Thank you for all your comments, by the way. I love reading every single one of them. Speed limit here, I believe, is 65, so I can just floor it. If I remember correctly from yesterday. Hammer down. .65 miles, that is, which would be 105 kilometers, I think, give or take. Beautiful day over here. A little on the crispy side. It's +6, but it's beautiful. Stayed out for a longer period of time, you don't want to put a jacket on, but just doing my pre-trip, it felt a little chilly without a jacket, but it was nice. Sunny day. Yesterday was dreary the whole way, which was unique and fun. I love running through fog too. If my eye hadn't been hurting so much, I would have been having a better day. Today my eye is there. It's irritating. But it's not in pain like yesterday morning, so it's a lot better today. I have been using eye drops all day yesterday, and I used it today morning again, so must be working. I told dispatch we would arrive at 10:50. 2.5 hours. .60 speed limit. Apparently we're going downhill because I'm gaining speed instead of losing speed. says it's 60 here, it doesn't mean I was wrong with the 65 up there. When I looked in the mirror, it still said 65 that way, because I'm like, wait, was it 60 the whole way? No. It was indeed 65 where I was, and it reduced to 60. I thought I was crazy for a second, but all good. Well, I may be crazy, but... I guess this part of Idaho is still in the Columbia Basin. Right on the edge of the Columbia Basin. Still don't know where we are. This street is called Freeze Street. Freeze Street. Freeze Community Church that way. When I say that way, I meant to the right. Looks like the fields are growing already. That was wheat. It's got to be like 2 or 3 inches tall already. Oh, on this side, on the left side, it's like 6 inches tall already. 55. Does that mean we're coming up to a town? We're coming up to intersection, Highway 6 intersection coming up. There, now we'll know exactly where we are. Highway 6 is going to the left, east. Oh, look at that quad track. Thinking these fields are pretty small for a tractor that big. But I guess a lot of the fields are very steep, so you need the power. This is a community, but I didn't catch a name anywhere. Potlatch. Pack Industry. Potlatch? I don't know if this is Potlatch or if Potlatch is a town nearby. Moscow is 15 miles south. Yep, we're headed to Moscow. That's another town. have to make sure I say Moscow, Idaho, USA. Not Russia. I guess it shouldn't be too confusing saying Moscow over here. It's when I say town names that are closer to each other, like Grand Forks being in British Columbia and in North Dakota. Closer the town names are, the more careful you have to be saying what province or state, country. Whoa! Yeesh! I hope he sharded himself a little bit, because that was ridiculous. Come on, chip truck. Get past me. Go for it. Good. He's going for it. Good, good, good. I'm like, he's just sticking kind of behind me. It's like... No, he's still just... Next time you see an opportunity, hammer on, I'll slow down. I guess I'm editing video. Because cuss words were used. just kind of hanging out back there now. Yeah, whatever. It's like 2 truck lengths between us. I'm not going to slow down going uphill unless he can actually catch up with me. Hasn't gained anything on me. Right. Oh man, what a beautiful viewpoint. Wow. That is awesome. Love it. That's the advantage of running a little later in the day. I don't like running later in the day like I am. I would have liked to deliver this first thing in the morning, but man, you sure hit different places at beautiful times of days. Instead of driving through this at night last night, you got to do it today morning. I've come down this way before, but it's always been at night. Must be an old railroad bed down there. The way the narrow road carved in deep and curves all over the place and nice, no elevation change. It looks like an old railroad bed. So we are at this point pretty much on the Washington-Idaho border. I see on the GPS that Washington is just to the our right. Washington is, I'll tell you how far Washington is compared to the corner ahead, how close it is. Looks like we got a wide load ahead of us. Okay, this intersection here is about how far away Washington is from here to the corner. So from right here to where the corner starts turning, that's how close we are to the Washington border. safely pass. Gotta be sure there's no oncoming traffic. Little honk as a thank you for pulling over. See, I don't mind when there's slow traffic on the road if they do that. You guys are driving an RV and it's slow, just pull over every now and then. Just make sure it's a spot that you can get all the way off the road. Especially him around the corner there is a little bit of a risky place to pass, but he was trying. His heart was in the right place. But there's a passing lane ahead, I think, here. See if we can get this chip truck to come past us now. He's right on my bumper now. Hey, chip truck, she's all yours. I'll let off the throttle a bit. Or he's gonna wait till the cars catch up with him. Ah, why am I letting you by if you're gonna be like that? Cars were all far away, but no, he waited till the cars caught up and then wanted to make an attempt. Of course, because I let off the throttle, I've lost momentum. Good, you're going for it now. Gave me a dirty look. So dirty. He's got one axle less than me. Well, the same amount of axles, but one set of dualies less than I have. So it's almost as heavy as I am. Probably a smaller engine. Gives you that dirty look, you're like almost regret letting him pass you, but he's faster on the straightaway, he speeds on straightaways, so let's get rid of him. I'm definitely faster climbing the hills than he is, but let him go, let him go. He's slower downhill as well. He's just faster on the flat land. I'm really enjoying this landscape. The really rolling hills, green fresh crop coming up. Just a beautiful time of day, beautiful time of year to be coming through rolling hills like this. Quite magical in their own way. There's a windsock there, but I don't think there's an airstrip here. Hang on, there's a hangar there with an airplane in it. So he must use that road. Yeah, he must use that side road as an airstrip. Some of these hills are not growing yet. It does look like they're seeded. Yeah, they're seeded, so they're starting to come up. I can see just hints of it in the lines. Man, I could drive in this stuff all day long. This is fun. Well, apparently my memory card is full. I only have a couple minutes left on it, so I'll catch up with you guys along the road. I'll have to stop and do a load secure down the road somewhere, and I'll switch memory cards. Memory card died just as we were getting to Moscow. So we're through that now. We're approaching Lewiston. We're 13 miles driving miles away from Lewiston. We're much closer than that as the bird flies. And I remember at night this was a spectacular viewpoint, so let's see what it looks like during the day. There's a scale up ahead in 7 miles. Feels like we're almost at the top of hills. We can't quite see over. We're still in a bit of a valley, but we're near the top, but don't have that viewpoint yet. We're doing quite a bit of climbing. Once we get to Lewiston, we turn east, and unfortunately I'll be into the sun. But that's a beautiful river to follow up that way too. be interesting what the plan is for me after this. Am I going to have enough time to make to Spokane and get loaded there? Unless they want me to load tomorrow morning over there. That'll be interesting. It looks like there's quite a bit of damage to the field up there. Maybe the ground was a bit wet and he slid sideways. Probably had a sprayer up there and it was slippery enough for him to slip sideways. Tear up the crop a bit. Oh, there's the slider, or the sprayer right there, using a tractor, not a self-propelled sprayer. Tractor just like the one that we see in front of us here on the left side. Old Caterpillar. Got quite wide tracks to be driving through a field like that. I think that'd do quite a bit of damage to the crop, but that's why you get these self-propelled sprayers with the narrow tires. But I guess if the field's too wet, you need to get something wider and do it that way, or pay a crop duster to do it for you. We're going to be once again right on the Washington border. We're gonna nudge right up next to it. If I reached off the road, we'd be in Washington. That's how close we're gonna get. At the intersection of where we're Highway 95 in Idaho and 195 from Washington meet. Likely that's the route I'll take back. That'd be my guess anyway. Oh man, that's a deep gorge on my left side. Wow. Man, I wish I could show you guys this. This is so beautiful. Wasn't expecting that. Okay, definitely looking forward to see what this looks like during the day as we crest over top of this scale in 1 mile. See if she's open. Probably. It's a pretty big highway here, so probably open. 60 ahead. We're doing 53 miles right now. Okay, let's see. Lewiston, 6 miles. Scale is open, okay. Oh yeah, way down there is the town of Lewiston. To our right, way down there. pretty spectacular. Drive into the sun a little bit. We'll turn it around and then head west down into Lewiston, steep grade down, so I'm not sure what speed I can take. Down the steep grade with a load like this. I think I got two different scales here. All right, let's head down this sucker. A gear that may be too high, it may also be too low, so kind of middle range gear. I might be upshifting, but we'll see. I might also have to be forced to downshift. No, this might be holding me. Actually slow the gaining speed, so maybe a one gear too high. I just barely tap the brakes, I slow down right away, so I'm happy with this gear. Nice. 4 miles ahead, there's a 45-mile-per-hour curve at the bottom. That's nice. That's what they need to do. Warnings like that, way ahead, 4 miles away. 4 minutes down the road, there's a sharp curve. Man, more places need to do that. That's nice warning. For use of runaway lane. Basically, don't be afraid you're going to get a fine for using the runaway lane. There must have been an accident where somebody just goes, I knew I was a runaway, but I didn't want to pay the huge fine of using it, and then crashed at the bottom. down there too. Runaway lanes down the way here. A lot of opportunity if you're in trouble to bail out. It's a well-designed hill. What speed do you have to be going to be considered a runaway? Think it through. How fast do I have to need to be going to be considered a runaway and use that runaway lane? The answer is, if you're going 1 kilometer per hour and you don't have the ability to stop, you are a runaway. It's got nothing to do with how fast you're going, it's got about your ability to stop. If you no longer have the ability to stop, you are a runaway. Highway 12 west. No, east. Highway 12 east. I want to go Highway 12 east. Yes. Let's get this right. There's a runaway lane on both sides here. Now we don't have to cross traffic if you were committed to going east. That was fun. There are way too many scratch lines along that wall.
On US Highway 12 East.
Alright, we're at the bottom now. That was fun during the daylight. Really beautiful. I know you guys couldn't see as much as I did, but it was gorgeous. That was fun. I'll follow this river up to our destination here. Looks like the sun's actually high enough that I could keep recording, but it'd be a long video then. Maybe I'll record little bits of this road. 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. 1 kilometer, or 1 mile, I mean. All trucks use left lane, okay? Open. Okay, we're doing 2 scales in a row. Truck must exit to weigh station. Basically, the automatic scale. Where is the weigh station? The sensor in the road said that I'm heavy enough that they want to actually scale me. Is this the weigh station? Yes, weigh station right here. Okay. Which one's the actual scale? It says stop before driving over. Stop before driving onto scales. Some places you have the stop sign, other places they don't. You can just roll right through. This one wants you to stop before rolling through. This one doesn't say how many kilometers per hour or miles per hour, but most of them say 3 miles per hour in the US. Pasture. So beautiful being in the bottom of the valley here too. So we're on Highway 12 now. The intersection of Highway 12 and 3 where it splits up. We're going to cross the river. And it just occurred to me that we're turning off of Highway 12 onto Highway 11. I've never done that, but there's crazy switchbacks on that road. That will be interesting. I'll make sure I record that section of turning off of Highway 12 onto Highway 11 in 37 miles.
Good pilot. To fight this road as restricted, always obey locally posted regulations.
Okay. I don't like the GPS in this thing. He yells at me. People put their boats in over here. Nice little rest area. That camper had a motorcycle and a huge solar panel.
Now you're looking at trucks. Go home, I guess.
So much fun. Terrain changes so much over here. The valley is turning into a canyon, getting steeper and steeper. Roads. Definitely got to concentrate on the road. Don't want to make a mistake on a road like this. Yeah, anyone that gets car sick, this road would do it. This road would do it. Orofino, I think that's how you pronounce it. Oh good, looks like big rigs are going over that bridge. I've seen a lot of bridge with weight restrictions on them. I'm like, hopefully the bridge we're going over doesn't have weight restrictions. Yeah, there goes. There goes the sun. There goes the GPS again. It says roads are restricted, but I haven't seen any restricted signs anywhere. Yeah, I've seen some bridges with like a 35-ton limit or something like that, so Highway 11 should be okay. It's a highway, so you never know. I'll find out when I get there. I'm about 50, to be on the safe side, 52 tons. It's at 51, 52 tons in there, in that range. Here in the US, I run a lot lighter than in Canada. Idaho is too great to litter. I agree. Don't litter.
Of a mile. Turn left on Idaho 11.
Washing the highway. Sweeping all grime off. At least the majority of the grime. All right, moment of truth. What's the weight limits on this bridge? Don't see any limit signs over here, so that's good. Don't see any limit signs. Good, 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 good. Let the switchbacks begin, because we have to get to the top of this mountain, or out of this gorge. No trains. Looks like there have been no trains for a long time. The tracks are pretty rusty. This is going to be interesting. Narrow roads. Sweet old buildings here. Curvy road next 8 miles. Yeah. Yeah, I saw it on the GPS. Uh-huh. Doing some switchbacks. Reverse direction a couple of times. Now we're eastbound, but we're going to hurry, turn around and go westbound here. Slow traffic delaying, 3 vehicles must turn out. Okay. Thought the law was, oh, I guess Washington is 5 vehicles. So if you're slow, marked turnouts for the next 5 miles. Perfect. So there's a marked turnout, there's a car behind us, we'll just dip into it. Man, these roads are narrow. One mile up, 7 to go. Switchback. light load. I got it hammered down and I'm doing 40 kilometers or 25 miles per hour. It's like, speed limit? Don't worry about the speed limit. I can't do it anyway. Way down there already. Why am I hungry? It's 10:30 now. I shouldn't be hungry already. Switching back and going east again. I'm gonna have to cross the yellow line. There's no way the trailer's staying on the road if I don't. Up a road like this. Definitely have to really be aware of where your trailers are and how wide you're taking the corners, or else your trailers are going to slip down that stuff, and if your trailer slips down, you're going down with it. Alright, do a funky corner here and we'll turn back and go west again. It's not a sharp switchback. It's like a two-corner switchback. Every now and then you get a glimpse of the river way down there through the trees. Westbound again. Gold Wagon Road. almost to the top. Switchback coming up over here. For sale. You guys want an old Dodge pickup? So it'll be a tight hairpin. Well, I actually have to slow down for this one. Oh good, they got a double yellow line so I can cross quite far over. Trailer's still gonna go off or across the white line just by a little bit. Hit that pothole. I don't know why I'm using these pullouts. There's nobody behind me, but people catch up fast sometimes when you're driving this slow. So we're eastbound again. Oh, it keeps looking like we're at the top, and then we just keep climbing. Because it looks like it's not far to go, but we're going to go westbound again. hairpins yet. We're going to continue going west, but we're not done with hairpins yet. To be the top over there, right? What are we going to find at the top? I predict we're going to find farmland. Once we're out of this deep gorge, I bet you it's rolling hills farmland like we drove. I guess that's a no-brainer really, because we just came down into this valley from the north. We were just a lot further west. At that steep climb we did down, I predict we'll see the same kind of land over here. Yeah, I guess that'd be a dumb prediction. It'd be dumb to expect anything else. Kind of cool to see the lava crystals all in that cliff face. Like a too bad of a hairpin. Traders will go over the white line, but there's lots of pave there, so it should be fine. Just a few minutes down the road, we'll unload and then see what we go from there. I have no cell service on my satellite, so I have no way of communicating with dispatch. Keep an eye on it and see if up here there's a spot where I do get cell service. If I do, I'll have to kind of keep a memory of where that is and see where dispatch wants me to go. It'd be nice if we had cell service in the little town that we're delivering. There's a pretty good chance of that. See, the farmland starts. This is probably Fraser welcomes you. It's a clean community. It's probably a long video already, but I'll catch up with you guys once I'm unloaded and let you know what the plan is after this. 8 miles. Cell service right here. Okay, if I lose cell service, I know I can get some right over here. Nice, I'll pull out and everything. loaded. Headed to Spokane to get a load there. As long as I get there before 3, they're going to guarantee to load me. Don't think I'll make it there before 3. But if they're still around after that, they might still load me. So it's one of those, toss a coin and see what happens. I'm going to hammer down. I've got the hours before I need to take a half-hour break to get there. So hammer down and see if I can get to Spokane to get loaded at 3 p.m. Just climbing on Highway 95, and we're about to turn off onto 195 and cross from Idaho to Washington. So it sounds like they're not going to open the borders for a long while yet. So it's going to be a long while before Jess gets to come with, which is disappointing. But I also understand I have to be careful, so. Almost to the top. Bad timing. Lose as little momentum as possible. Move. Just a moving along.
In 1 mile, take the exit on the right to US 195 North toward Pullman.
Of course, Idaho speed limits are higher
Take
than
the
Washington.
exit on the right to US 195 North toward Pullman.
Sure, as soon as we cross the border, it'll say 60 miles per hour instead of 65. Bah. sheep down there. Oh, I think they're goats. A lot of goats. Don't want to go to Moscow. I've already been to Moscow. Yep, there's the 60. Slow vehicles may use shoulder. I'm empty, so I'm not slow. Although some may argue that I am slow. I find it always interesting in Washington. They don't seed the fields to the edge of their property. They seed the field right to the road, right in the ditch. If you did this in a wetter place, like if you did that like in Manitoba, there would be definitely penalties for that because you're now destroying the waterway, all the ditches and stuff. Here it's so dry and there are no actual ditches per se that it's not an issue, so you seed right to the edge of the road. It's a lot of satellite dishes. Don't know why, but that's a lot of satellite dishes. Back in the rolling farmland, rolling hills, Columbia Basin. Strips apparently. I just love the scenery. Started today morning in the scenery and I guess we'll end up. Okay, so I'm picking up here in Spokane, delivering in Trail. There's a 24-hour crossing by Rossland, but I bet ya the chipper doesn't have permit to cross there. Bet you're going to be forced to cross at Madeline Falls, which is closed at 4 p.m. So I will not get into Canada today. That will be my prediction. We'll see once I get the paperwork. But even if I get loaded today, we're not going to make the border. But at least if I get loaded today, I can get to the border. And then I'll only be like an hour away from the customer. Maybe a little more than an hour. Why are you slowing down? It's like, you're a local and you know that the speed limit goes down to 30. Got it. It's 30 ahead, not 30 here. We don't have to hit 30 till this sign here, bud. Oh, now we're going even slower. town are we in? Anybody see the city name? There's actually a rest area here. Right here, on the road. On the left-hand side here, there's a rest area. You see the blue diamond there? So you pull over on the shoulder, park on the shoulder, and there's a rest area. Look at there's signs on the restrooms, probably saying they're closed thanks to COVID-19. It's so hit and miss. You pull up to some of them and say, okay, I'm using, no I'm not. Restrooms are closed. I'm like, what? Restrooms are closed. And other ones are open. It's hit and miss. Apparently this guy slows down early for speed limits and speeds up early. Well, look at that combine. It's a, oh, no way. So it's got a combine with a swather attached to the side, drawn by a tractor. That's definitely a different combine I've ever seen before. It's still 30 here. He's speeding up way early. Slows down way early, speeds up way early. I gotta wait till the sign. There's another big Case IH quad track parked up there. He's got big jugs of fertilizer up front, probably liquid fertilizer, and then seed cart behind that, and then big direct seeder after that. It's definitely a big setup. I don't know what is in the liquid tanks. It might not be fertilizer, it might be a number of things. I don't know what he might be running in there. Oh, and here's a big John Deere there as well. Not a quad track, or not tracked. It's just the big dualies, and then there's a big cat there as well with track. This is definitely farm country. And yeah, the fields have gotten pretty big here, haven't they? They're not the smaller fields. They're big fields. So they can use the big equipment. This is the town of Colton. Small little communities. I think towns used to be, there used to be a lot more towns, but smaller towns. All these old little towns, there used to be a lot more of them, but in smaller communities. I guess because transportation was so much slower, you needed more hubs, central hubs. guess they'd all be connected with train tracks. Anyway, I think this has been a long video, so I'll let you guys go. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I made it back to the Canadian border, at least right to the border. Cross first thing in the morning and heading home for the weekend. So thank you for watching. Thank you for all those comments. Hitting that subscription or subscriber button as well is really, really appreciated. You guys have a good day. Enjoy the rest of the evening, or whatever time it is for you. Enjoy the rest of the day or the night, or I know I've been having a fun day, so adios.